Okay, and we are back. We are gonna install our CPU heatsink on the CPU itself, which is a water cooler system. On here we have the back bracket, which I've already got installed. I don't know how well you're gonna see this, but I am gonna try my best to try and show you guys how we do it. Now, I need something to hold that bracket on there. An AirPod box maybe? Yeah, an AirPod box would do the job. Alright, so we're gonna tilt it down here. I need to try and keep that, there you go, that kept in place, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna sit this water cooler on the CPU, just there like so. But before we do that, we got to remove these bolts here that I've already put on, and we've also got to put on the thermal paste. Now this is a very simple job, but again, I'm not qualified. I don't have any anything to say that I'm a computer tech, like I haven't been to college for it or anything like that. Everything I'm doing is just knowledge of building PCs for years and years. I've done this, and over the period of time you kind of get used to it. You don't really need to pay someone to do this if you can do it yourself, which obviously I can do it myself, so I don't pay anyone to build my PCs. I build them myself, and I've built lots for my dad and for friends and stuff like that, and laptop repairs, and I've done all of that kind of stuff over the years. So we're going to do a thing called X marks the spot. Here we have our thermal paste, which as you can see here is Corsair, and we're going to just do a little X that marks the spot. Now you can do it any way you want. Some people like to put dobs on, and some people like to smooth it out with bank cards, but I'm just going to go like this. So there's the I was going to say there's the first line, but that's moved. Doesn't matter, we can put a bit more on there. Now it doesn't matter if you put too much, because you can always wipe off the excess. So there's our thermal paste on there. Hopefully you can see that. If not, you could always zoom in. Hopefully you can see that good enough. And then we're going to take our cooler, and we're just going to drop that down in place of the screws like so. And then we're going to put each screw on. There's one there. Then we do this top corner up here next. I like to do it as the opposite side, so that way when we tighten it up, we do it at the right time, right pressure each side. Now you don't want to over crank these ones. You definitely don't want to over crank them, because if you do, you could break your board, you could snap your board, could crack it. So when tightening these up, I normally do it around about hand tight. I don't go too mad with them, but I do have a screwdriver just for the ones that are a little bit more difficult to get into, because this one down here near this water pipe, this one here, is going to be a bit more difficult to get to. Try and put that screw on there again. If you are new around here, please do hit that subscribe button as well. We show e-bikes and PC builds and all kinds of different stuff, so good reason to hit that sub button if you're new. That one we gotta use the screwdriver straight away with that one, because that one's a bit tight there. There we go. And then this one's going to be the fiddly one. Because that water pipe's there. Did that get it? Okay, we got it first time. Nice. Okay, so I'm first off going to do these two, this side and then this top side, then we'll do the other two like that. We want it to sit down correctly As I say, we're not going to over tighten them, we're not going to go too mad with them, just tight enough. There we go. And now this one over here, this one over here. So we did show a video before this one of how to put in the CPU into the bracket. So if you don't know how to put in a CPU, check out that video before just trying to wing it, because this is an expensive build here that I have, and I definitely do not have the money to go and buy another CPU if it messes up, and I definitely don't have the money to go and buy another water cooler or anything like that. So if you're in the same scenario as me and you're not the richest guy, then I highly recommend you watch our video before this on how to install the CPU. Okay, so that looks like that's down nice and tight. Again, I'm not going to go mad with them, but just doing it as like kind of two fingers, which is my index finger and my thumb. That's how much I tighten it up. I do it by that. I don't go any more than that, because these do not need to be mega tight. Okay, there we go, done. Right, so I'm going to show you the bits and pieces that we have in the computer and the things that we are using, which again we showed in the other video. But anyway, so this is the thermal paste that we have. This one here, Corsair, and this one is super chilled, and this is XTM70. I'm going to put that back in the box just in case I ever need it in the future. There's enough there to do another application. And then we also have over here, if I can get it, there we go. This is the RAM that we have installed, which is RGB RAM. It says that it's for AMD, but that doesn't matter. It will work with Intel as well, this one. So, and this one here, we have 32 gig of RAM. I do want to eventually take this up to 64 gig, but the RAM DDR5 right now are sitting around about £400. Very expensive stuff. Okay, you know what, them wires are alright there. I don't know actually, do I? No, I'm going to push them back. I push that wire back there. Now, do make sure that none of your wires are near your fans before turning it on, booting it up. Make sure they are not near. It's very important. Can't stress that enough. You do definitely have to make sure that wires are tucked away properly. Now, in some cases, some people do like to use cable ties, which I haven't bothered with this one, just because I am always messing around, changing things, making sure things are good and stuff like that. So for me, I don't bother to use cable ties. I like to access stuff as quick as possible. So CPU that we used, I'll show you that just in case you didn't see the last video. This is the one that we have here. This is a i9 14th gen LGA1700 i9 processor, and the 4060 Ti graphics card, which we now have to install. So let's get that one plugged in there. There we go. Listen for the click. And then here we have our power cable for the graphics card that we are going to put in. I think, does it go that way or does it go the other way? Hold on. I think it's that way, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Goes that way. Oh, actually, is that a 3 block? No, it is 4. So these is got a bit of an extra added on there, which some of them have, some of them don't. All of them are different, obviously. Can I see? I can't quite see what I'm doing. You know what would be easier in this situation is to just plug in the power cables first. still can't see. I cannot see what I'm doing. Trying to just do it blind. Just trying to get the cable in there. Okay, hold on. I can hold them all together like that, and that'll be better. There. Stay like that. Stay like that. No, let's come off again. Let me see that one by itself. Or maybe that side, maybe it could go in that side. Oh, it does. Goes in that side. I was putting it in the wrong side. There we go. Goes in easy. Everything's like USB. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't belong there. Simple as that. Right, so there's that done. Then we take our screwdriver here. Just going to put in the screw for the graphics card, just to hold that in place. Get that screw in there. There we go. It just takes a bit of weight off. Alright, that's going to conclude our video. Make sure you are subscribed and share the content out if you're able to. If you need any help, leave comments in the comment section below. As I said, I'm not an engineer and I'm not an electrical degree or anything like that, but I do know what I'm doing, as I've built a lot of PCs. So hopefully this has helped you out, and we catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.